One portal open, 3 dragon head. Just like with artisans, this is a limited world, a linear world. We need to complete the levels in order. Hawk is over here to take you to any world that you want. In case if you want to like grind up for lives or stuff. Originally, this was going to be called Machinists in a recently discovered prototype. Basically, the layout was the same. The levels are the same too. I don't know if this was originally going to be the final world though.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Gnasty's world now, Spyro, and you are the dragon who must defeat him.
Bring him on! I'm ready!
Reach the exit in each of Gnasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
And yes, just like Spyro pointed out, yes, every dragon we encounter in this world are ones we've already freed. It's basically telling you, Gnasty's not going to stop. Gnasty's not, just because we free the dragons doesn't mean that Gnasty's done. He's still going to refreeze them. We need to stop it. Anyway, starting off with Nork Cove. You cannot 100% this world as you go through. Do it. As you clear the stages, you will. These giant steel barrels can only be charged, but they can be used to kill the enemies. The explosion does hurt you, by the way. If you flame those guys at the right moment, they will harmlessly drop the metal box and it won't go off. Flame these TNTs and they'll explode after a little bit. This guy will hit you with the TNT, but if you either flame the TNT or charge a metal crate, he'll go to his underwear. Just walk up to him and flame him, and he's done. Do not forget about these 3. Back off from the explosion, because again, it will hurt you. Okay, everything's up this way. Jump over those ones as he's Donkey Konging them over to you. Because I think if you flame them, they'll immediately explode.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Gnasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
They still are counted. By the way, almost all these worlds have 2 dragons. I think the next one has 3, but the home world and the other one and this stage have 2. Going here to get back to life. When I first saw these guys on the back of the box, I thought that was an accordion, not a TNT barrel. They're both brown. Playing that to set him off. Sadly, that didn't hit, but luckily, that steel barrel is what you need to do in order to hit that. Pop that, flame him. Climb here to grab these gems. Annoyingly, it's only full once. But anyway, go around here, and now we need to double back. Here's another one up. You can, in fact, charge the steel crates as they're rolling, by the way. Mickey wants in, so give him a minute. All right, we're back now. There we go.
Wow! I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Yes, that was a reference to Parappa. I've never actually played Parappa. But I always forget that it came out before Spyro. Anyway, the final segment is this little downward spiral. Off that chain. Not you. You're not a chain. Damn it. Yes, there is a key. But yeah, it's really dumb that they put one of these in here. I think even the TNT barrel can even reach it too. Christ, Mickey, go lay down. Anyway, these guys we can't deal with how we did before. We actually had to use the steel keg to actually deal with them. Anyway, right here is where the key would be, but luckily they made it disappear if the thing's already open, because insert cycle. Oh no, no chest, which means key is already got. This guy. Honestly, I like dealing with him with the steel keg. These two, we definitely need to deal with the steel keg. Anyway. Over here takes us to a whirlwind. Which brings us before the end of the level, which we are missing 1 gem. Luckily, we can get back to this segment via here. Alright, so where's the 1 gem we're missing it? Mickey, leave that alone. Leave that alone! Well, it's like, go lay down. And no, I did not cause a glitch used via the one thing, yeah. Alright, so it's earlier in the level. I believe unlike artisans. Ah, there it is, cool. And that's all 400 gems and all in both dragons. Anyway, I believe that unlike artisans, you actually need to complete the level, like leave through the portal home, in order to move on to the next one. I'm gonna kick him out because he's just sitting there. Not literally kick him out. Anyway, upon completing North Cove, you unlock the 2nd level, Twilight Harbor, and more gems, which nets you 125. These are the hardest Snork enemies in the entire game, because these guys actually because these guys are basically the elites. We're not dealing with sissy little dock workers now. Now we're dealing with an army. Like, we're dealing with the literal army. Nork commandos. They're armed with guns, they're armed with grenades, they're armed with machetes. They're going to war now. And they need to stop you, or else Gnasty will do something to end them. Anyway. I don't know how I didn't take a hit from that. I have no idea how I didn't take a hit from that guy.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, that was a literal last world dragon. Reminder. Gnasty's not going to stop recrystallizing dragons just because we freed him. We need to stop him. I hate that. I hate how slow their turn is. There we go. Oh. 2 dragons, 400 gems. Claim you. Claim this because we're going to need this. We'll take this.
Be on the lookout for Nort Commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
Yeah, Nork Commandos. $45 lives. Do here. One last supercharge part, by the way. Jump up here. Heals you. Oh, flubbed it. I need to let go, but I won't. We do need to get back up there because we still have stuff we missed. There we go. Move over here. Nothing on this side. Alright. Yeah, we'll just go this way. And basically I did that one, or did it this way first, just because it's a little bit easier. You still need to make 2 trips, though. I think you can. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to get all the gems in that area in one run. You need to be able to just do 2 runs. You need to do 2 runs. So honestly, it's best to do it that way. Although I had to do 3. Anyway, the final stretch. Not trying to hit me, but screw you. Screw off. And that might be the only time you might actually get one of the smaller Norks to actually get you. But I don't like the fact that they allow this guy to be able to shoot that far. Yeah. There we go. Go for here, collect the remaining gems around the extra portal. And that is all 400 gems in both dragons of Twilight Harbor. And that unlocks the purple dragon. Which has one final chest and the portal to Gnasty. The final 75 gems, but we're missing 1 dragon. Weird. Maybe it's in there. Maybe. Who knows? Let's go confront Gnasty Nork and end this. Gnasty Nork, you automatically start off with Gnasty. Steve, there's no level to get through. The entire boss is the level. It also has 3 parts. Part 1 is chasing a thief, because Gnasty's on a locked plane and behind a locked gate. There are 500 gems here, by the way. It's a fairly straightforward romp, so don't worry about if you miss gems, then it's kind of your own fault. It's just straight, yeah. I don't like really saying that, but it is. Flame him to get a key. So you might think, oh, Gnasty. No. On the other side is another locked door. And behind that locked door, another key thief. Follow this guy. To get the key to be able to reach Gnasty. Not sure how that missed. But take out that thief and you get the second key, which then you can use for Gnasty, who will automatically start running. Part 2 is chasing him down. But it's not a full chase like the thieves. You can take your time and get the gem. Because Gnasty is pretty fast. Interesting note, in the original prototype that I mentioned at the start of this world, there was a super flame fairy in this area. So they probably wanted you to actually deal with Gnasty with the super flame. But they don't have it here. Gnasty will stop on this platform, and if you're too slow, he will drop immediately down. You cannot flame him on the way. Gnasty actually requires like 2 runs, because the first run is definitely going to be getting the gems. Damn. This one might take a few times. So don't get discouraged if you miss it. Honestly, Gnasty is the weakest of the final bosses of the trilogy. He really is. Like, this is actually kind of the most annoying boss. Although I will admit the boss of Spyro 2 is a little bit more, because you'll see when we do Spyro 2. But there we go. Drops off to 75, leaving us with only 100 left. Here, these platforms are shrinking. You need to be fast. If they go away, you don't get Gnasty, and you have to start all over. Luckily, it's fairly short. But he doesn't run. One last flame. That's you the remaining 100 gems to complete the boss stage.
Sorry I took so long.
In the original, actually, I'll save it for after this.
What about Gnasty Gnork?
Gnasty Nork is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
And that is default game for Spyro 1. In the original, before I gush over how much I love these ending, the credit sequence for the original trilogy, not for the fucking reunited trilogy, I do want to state in the prototype that I mentioned, there were enemies on those platforms. I think they realized how annoying they would be, so they got rid of them. Anyway, I fucking love the endings for the original trilogy because they go over all the worlds. Like we literally did all the artisan levels. Here's Peacekeeper Home. And this set track's such a good one. Here's Clifftown. Like I said, this is Misty Bog, by the way. It's the same theme as Misty Bog. Stuart Copeland is a genius. He's right up there with Grant Kirkhope. Dr. Chef. I would love to have Stuart Copeland and Grant Kirkhope like collab on a Steam. I would love to have that. Or one of them with David Weiss. Like one of them. Yeah. Spyro by Carlos Alacazzi. Butcher that name, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. The Taco Bell Dog. Denzel Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. This is, like I've stated before, this is the only game in which Spyro is voiced by him. Spyro's had at least 4 different voice actors to my knowledge. No sheep were harmed during the creation of this game. Few Norks, but no sheep. I love that. Anyway, return home. I'll get back to that later. Because we're not done. Upon defeating Gnasty Nork, another dragon statue appears.
Gnasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Gnasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will not open until you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
And with that, we have all 12 eggs, all 12,000 treasure, all 80 dragons. Unlocks the final dragon head. Gnasty's loot. What is this level? A treasure hoard. This holds 2,000 treasure, the most of any level in the game. And we have to collect it all in free flight mode. We are limited by height though, so we can't go all over. But we can get stuff that we can't, that on the current level. So, yeah. Basically, in order to get to the next levels, you might have already seen him, we need to catch more key thieves. All the gems of this stage are 10s and 25s. There are no 1s, 2s, or 5s. It's all 10s and 25s. I think there's one more thing you can grab in this set, on this lip. I always like to make sure we have all the lip done. Although it does make it easy. Although if it makes it easier, go for all the stage segments first, because there are a lot. They will flee if you are gliding towards them, so yeah. I think it was chasing me. Anyway. Run to him. Take like the first key. Yeah, there are multiple keys. Here unlocks the second height level, which means we can now go a little bit higher. We can't reach up here, but we can reach up here where this thief is. Select his key to unlock the next thing. To unlock the next level, which is right up here, which unlocks a thief in a plane. Since we're not being timed, you actually can control your altitude with the R1 button by basically allowing you to like make sharp turns and that stuff. But yeah. Anyway, with here we can now start reaching these at least some of these rockets. One is up here. I think the other one is... Yeah, the other one is right over here near that key door. So we'll get this thief. For these guys, the key will automatically appear in your inventory. You do not need to grab it for these guys. Anyway, open up this to unlock the next path. And the next key, and the next height level. This thief will always go through this little portal. Go in a circle. But we are gonna start off with taking these rockets. We can barely reach where the return portal is, which means we have one more level to unlock. Turn to this to grab here, grab these, and let's go after that thief. Damn it. I had him in my start. I had him, but I missed him. This one is a little bit more annoying than the other flying one to get, most because you can't really cut him off. You have to basically just stay on him. He's kind of the more annoying one. Like, you have to stay on him. Like, you can cut a few corners, but ultimately, no. You have to stay on him to catch it. He's kind of the worst one of the two. But yeah, this is the final stage of this game. Once we get all the remaining gems, we're done. But like I said, if you stay on him, you will catch up to him eventually. To unlock the final height level. With this, you now have the entire level to scour. But if you clean out each packet, you only have the area where the return portal is, which follow these sets of 25, and you run into this area with a picture of Gnasty. Flame the fireworks to get a crap load of 25s. Collect all of them, and you should have all 2,000 treasure of Gnasty's loot. Enter the portal.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
That doesn't lead to anything. That's just basically, oh hey. Thought the credits were done? No, we have the other worlds to do. May Dan Johnson rest in peace, by the way. He died, I think he was between, oh, hold on. I'm checking real quick. Yeah, he was the artist. He actually will get more recognition as we start doing the other Spyro games, because they decided, hey, we'll turn him into a joke. Dan passed away in 2006. So they started these jokes before he passed away, and they became a serious staple. They even move on to Ratchet and Clank as well. But yeah, that is Spyro 1. It still holds up. See, there's Clancy. Yeah, Carlos also did a few dragons too. But yeah, that basically, this game still holds up. There's still some stuff that are still hard, but it's still such a really good game. This game holds up. It holds up. It holds up way better than Crash 1, which even Crash fans will go, yeah, Crash 1 does not hold up. But this still does. This still does. But we're not done with Spyro 1. Next Thursday, we're going to see how the game handled going into 4K with the reignited version of Spyro 1. After that, we'll be starting with Spyro 2. But first, we need to get through the game again. Upon completing Gnasty's loot, you return back to Artisans. With all 120 percentage. 1,400 treasure, 80 dragons, 12 dragon eggs. Everything done.